Kristen here with Ideas for Us, and today we're doing an amazing project. We're planting 1,000 trees at D Ranch Preserve, which is a conservation area that was bought by Conservation Florida. We're going to be restoring this land with a lot of native trees to help heal the soil and the planet. And we are so thankful to One Tree Planted for supporting this project and so many other ones. We have a huge community group behind this one today with Florida Rising and Islami Simic, and also, of course, Conservation Florida and One Tree Planted. So thank you all for supporting and coming out to this project. Super excited for the next one. Everybody, it's Kristen here with Ideas for Us, and today we're doing an amazing project. We're planting 1,000 trees at D Ranch Preserve, which is a conservation area that was bought by Conservation Florida. We're going to be restoring this land with a lot of native trees to help heal the soil and the planet. And we are so thankful to One Tree Planted for supporting this project and so many other ones. We have a huge community group behind this one today with Florida Rising and Islami Simic, and also, of course, Conservation Florida and One Tree Planted. So thank you all for supporting and coming out to this project. Super excited for the next one.
Takes. I don't do soprano, so.
Okay. You don't, or you do?
No, I do not. So I have to go alto.
So like that hurts. And Ernest, you ready to go live?
Well, I can get started because you might not want me on the live stream.
Nope. All right. Hi, everybody. Everybody online and in person. Thank you so much for coming. Woohoo! Go Hive! We are here at one of the most beautiful places in Orlando and in Central Florida, which is the Center for Health and Wellbeing. So I'm going to give it over to you to share a little bit more.
Thank you. I'll be very brief. It's good to see all of you again. My name is Jackie Carlin. I work here at the Center for Health and Wellbeing. So welcome to our building. Those of you that are the first time, come up and see me if you've got any questions. And those of you who've been here before, welcome back. We're glad to see you again. And we're so excited to have Hive back in person. It was one of our favorite events pre-pandemic, and we're excited to make this Hive grow even bigger in the weeks and months ahead. So, and I'll give another plug at the end, but come see Caroline tomorrow. She's leading a composting 101 class at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon here. It's another free program that we offer here. So come in person, and we hope to see you here. It'll be very exciting. And we've got some composting going on here at the center as well. She's going to be sharing information about. So a couple just real quick housekeeping notes. If you haven't signed in, we've got a sheet in the back. I think most of you registered in advance, but if you didn't, just fill it out in the form in the back. And that just helps us keep in touch with you about upcoming events, and also to fill out our survey at the end. I know everyone, another survey, but we are just getting back to in-person programming, so we'd love to hear from you afterwards. Any input, any insights, any types of programming that you'd love to see here would be very helpful to us. As you can see, I'm in a mask, Caroline's in a mask. We do ask that you remain in your masks unless you're actively eating or drinking, and we do have cookies for you to actively eat in the back, so that's a good excuse to take off your mask for a couple minutes, but otherwise, please keep them on. The restrooms are right across the hallway if anyone needs them at any point. And one thing that I know you guys share a philosophy with us, we have something here at the center called our gracious space policy. So it's the idea that we ask you all to hold space for each other. Oh, I just lost my mic. I can talk loud, but we'll see what's going on with that, and we'll troubleshoot that. It's like a gracious space, meaning you guys will be kind to me because I just messed up the mics, and we're going to get those fixed. But it's an interactive session. Feel free to get involved, ask your speakers questions. I know they'll leave space for that during the breakout periods, but we really value everybody's opinions here. So without further ado, I've rambled enough. I'm going to turn over to Caroline, and she's going to tell you about our evening tonight.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. So we're Ideas for Us. If you've never heard of us before, we're an environmental nonprofit. We're an NGO of the United Nations, and our mission is to develop, fund, and scale solutions to solve the world's most pressing environmental challenges. And we do that every single month across the world. We have 12 branches in Africa, Asia, Europe, and 3 here in Florida. And we really want to see as much action as possible, community-led, and that contributes towards climate action. How it works is we meet in this community meeting, which is the Hive. This is an opportunity for us to talk with leading sustainability professionals in our local communities to talk about relevant challenges and even opportunities for us to be more green, more eco. And out of these meetings, we can develop action projects and programs and services. And we really are trying to bring everyone together to have a more sustainable society. Out of this, we plan and organize these events, and every single month in all of our different branches, we hold action projects. And in Orlando, we are super, super active. We're basically doing something every single weekend, and we invite everybody to come out and join us, whether it's a tree planting or shoreline restoration or solar energy workforce training, or even a school garden build. We have a lot of different opportunities, and we really want to show that a group of people can do so much together, and it's so needed in our landscape and in our society as well. So there's 5 focus areas that we use to identify what kind of projects we're going to do. Energy, water, food, waste, and ecology. So with energy, we typically talk about and engage in renewable energy, reduction of our usage. We usually do projects related to solar workforce training programs and solar panel installations. We have some really cool, exciting things that we're going to do this year, including a solar energy educational hub that will be mobile, that we can bring around to different communities to teach them about solar. With water, you know, in Florida especially, we live in a very aquacious landscape. We have hundreds of thousands of water bodies, lakes, rivers, streams, ponds, even retention ponds. And these are really important areas that should be re-landscaped around the perimeter to have native habitat for plants and animals. We also talk about water quality and water conservation through that. For food, we have one of our leading programs called Fleet Farming that we do consistent urban agriculture action, transforming the average American lawn into a productive micro farm. So check out our swarm rides if you're interested in coming out to farm with us. We also do other projects related to school gardens, food donation programs. We love to plant fruit trees. I think planting trees is one of the biggest things that you can do to help fight climate change. And it also helps to provide food when you include things that can be enjoyed by people, animals, and have a greater impact really on a landscape. For waste, we talk about zero waste. We talk about reducing the amount of waste that we're personally engaging in, recycling, and even just next level things, like what's beyond recycling, right? Reduce, reuse, recycle, refuse, rot, all of that. Rebirth. Oh, re-earth, that's a new one. And then for ecology, you know, that really is talking about how do we re-landscape, how do we bring things back, restoration, regeneration of what used to be there, or, you know, providing habitat for plants and animals through native landscaping projects, massive tree planting operations. And so ecology also can be providing roosting for birds, coming soon to Community Orlando near you. So we're working on a lot of really amazing things, and we're really glad that you're along the ride with us. So beyond the Hive, come out to an action project, and let's do something amazing together. The why behind the work. So we all have a reason why we want to see good in the world, right? And I think that connecting with your why helps you to really make that part of your lifestyle and part of, you know, who you are. And, you know, we invite you to all of our different events to contribute to the why with us. If you see value in what we do, we encourage you to donate. You can donate to us through all these different modalities. You can also go to www.ideasforus.org and there is a donate button readily available for you. We have a podcast, and our podcast is doing very well. We just wrapped up one with One Tree Planted. That's a really great conversation on tree plantings at a level that is, really interesting to learn about. When companies and businesses want to see trees being planted and in the millions, how do we make that happen? How do we report? So it's a really great conversation on tree plantings in that larger kind of scene. So check it out. It's on anchor.fm/ideas for us. You can even just go on anchor.com and check out the search bar for Ideas for Us. So as we start the Hive, I'm just going to have a quick breakout question for you at home or you here. In 2020, renewable energy sources accounted for about how much of total U.S. energy consumption? A, 5.8%, B, 12.6%, C, 21.8%, or D, 33.4%. And so you can kind of talk amongst yourselves, or at home, you can talk to your cat or dog, and kind of come up with an idea. We're just going to give ourselves a little moment for that. In 2020, renewable energy sources accounted for about how much of total U.S. energy consumption? Where are we standing with renewable energy? This table says...
I have not seen the responses of this thing, but we have BBB, I'm going to say C.
Okay, so we got BBBC. This table, what do you guys think? Mostly B's. 1C and 1A? Ooh, A. Ooh, it's a little grim. Okay, let's see how we did. Okay, so most of us got it right. Our sustainability director needs to learn a little bit from this presentation today. Well, thank you for participating. It's 12.6%. And I'm so excited to have our amazing speakers come up and talk to us and to get us a little bit more educated on renewable energy and how that can be accessible and affordable for people in new ways that we might have not been knowing of. So I invite our speakers to come and to speak for their presentation. So welcome, Doug Howard and Duane Andrade. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Take turn. Okay. Yes. Then I'll do this one over here. Just use this.
Can I do it here?
Yeah, you can do that for this.
Okay. Take this off for the speech. Good evening, everyone. My name is Doug Howard, and I'm the executive director of the nonprofit Solar and Energy Loan Fund. And I wanted to start actually by congratulating Ideas for Us for the great success that you guys have had. It's been really exciting to see you, really turn into a global entity. That's pretty fascinating to see college students start a nonprofit and then grow it into a global program. So congrats on that. We're honored to be working with you here in the Central Florida area, and we're also honored to have been invited this evening to tell you a little bit about our nonprofit green bank that we started here in Florida called the Solar and Energy Loan Fund. So I wanted to just very quickly introduce my wife and also the co-creator and co-leader of the organization, Duane Andrade. And Duane will be speaking in just a moment. I'm going to be providing a little bit of history and context about why we did this, how we got started, what we do. And then Duane is going to dive into a little bit more detail about the types of lending programs that we have, the different loan capitalization, where are we raising loan dollars from, the mission of the organization in terms of financial inclusion. How do we help people gain access to low-cost financing, which is what we're all about. And then she's also going to talk a little bit about some of the special loan programs that she's built and customized with some of our local partners. And then we'll provide you with some more information about results of the organization. I also wanted to mention our team is growing pretty fast. We're at 18, and we're hiring 3 more people right now. We'll be at 21 And in the last year and a half, we were very fortunate to bring Lori Gomez-Borg on board as our Central Florida Program Manager, and she's been on board now about a year and a half and has done a wonderful job for us. And then speaking of ideas for us, we were very fortunate to connect with Ernest Calderon. And we just recently, I think it's about 3 months ago, that Ernest joined our team. And he's now working in a footprint of about 4 different states, helping us grow our program. So welcome aboard, Ernest. We're super excited to have you on the SELF team. So very quickly, I'm not going to get into a lot of history. I'm going to do about 15-minute intro here until Dawn speaks. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about why we started this and how. My background's in environmental planning, and then I got a wild hair and ran for political office, and I served as a county commissioner for 12 years. And during that time frame, I was trying to promote the clean energy economy, and this was way back. I mean, way back. In fact, I wanted to share a funny story. The first time I was elected a county commissioner and I was talking with the community and our state reps about going green, my state rep turned to me and said to me in a public meeting, "Commissioner, are you talking about painting the buildings green?" That's where I started 20 years ago. They literally didn't know what I was talking about. He was envisioning CCC work camps where everybody's slapping green paint on a building. It's like, no, not quite, sir. We had a long ways to go. So it's kind of amazing, actually, to see how much progress we actually have made. Individually in cities like Orlando and the great work that Chris and the city are doing, and Jeff Benavides and the county, but across the state, even as I drove up here. FPL's building solar fields, farms all over the place. When I was a commissioner, they're trying to build coal plants. I was fighting off coal plants. So to see these same utilities now building solar is actually quite encouraging. So anyway, back in around 2009 timeframe, I was trying to promote the clean energy economy in Florida, but I was getting nowhere. I had a Tea Party governor who wouldn't let the staff even mention the word climate change. You have utility monopolies that don't want you to do this. And I was in a situation where I was actually having to go to these entities to ask their permission to do what was right for my community. And it was at that point where I finally decided, no, we've got to break open the clean energy economy in a different way, in a way that I don't have to go and get the permission from an energy monopoly and a Tea Party governor. I want to do this whether you like it or not. And so back in 2009, President Obama rolled out the ARA program, the American Recovery Act, and he included monies in that through DOE for seed grants, for basically to try and kickstart the creation of innovative local clean energy financing programs. And so we threw our idea out there of wanting to create the first local government green bank in America and to basically create a green community development financial institution, which is a type of program that's approved through Treasury. And to our utter amazement, we got this huge grant to start the organization. So in 2010, we created the nonprofit. In 2011, we'd staffed up and closed our first loan, and now over the last 10 years, we have grown from 1 county to 4 states, and we're about to open up a 5th state right now, which we'll get into in a little more detail. But really the key was that we felt like financing was the key to opening up the clean energy economy. If you don't have savings, if you don't have the ability to get money, how do you invest in these technologies? We know that they're cost effective, but if you can't overcome that financial burden to take advantage of those technologies, then basically we're helping rich people go solar. And that's not what this is about. Yes, I want rich people to go solar, but I also want working class families and retirees on fixed income to also participate and benefit from the clean energy economy. So our nonprofit bank is really focusing on underserved people. And that includes, working class families, it includes retirees on fixed incomes, it includes people who don't have great credit scores, but people need access to financing. So when we rolled out our program, what our real innovation is to do unsecured loans directly to homeowners. Most CDFIs in America were not doing that. And then we basically help move the national CDFI industry into the clean energy sector. And now there's a lot of other CDFIs that are trying to follow suit, but there's great opportunities there. And then I would just briefly mention that we've been working on climate equity for about 10 years. It's now the buzzword. But 10 years ago, nobody really was even paying attention to this. So it's kind of exciting to see all of this, momentum and support that is finally in existence. And lastly, I just mentioned that we're proud founding members of a group called the American Green Banks Consortium, which are green banks from all over the country. And then this is just to quickly our mission. And again, you'll see the key here is providing access. We're trying to help rebuild and empower underserved communities by providing them access to low-cost financing so that they can invest in a broad array of sustainable building practices. Energy efficiency, renewables, resilience. We've even added water quality loans, disability loans, all types of things. But this is our key mission. And then a lot of folks, because our name is the Solar and Energy Loan Fund, there's a lot of confusion. They think we only do solar. But there is a key word there, it's END, Solar and Energy Loan Fund. And we do, because our original grant from DOE had us focusing on energy efficiency, that's where we started. But we've expanded to include renewables, resilience, and so forth and so on. So this tries to capture all the different types of home improvement projects that we'll finance through our various lending programs. And we've even now, it's not just in the home, but now we're even adding septic to sewer conversion so people can get off their septic tanks hooked up to central sewer. And so it's really a holistic approach that we're trying to help homeowners truly be sustainable. And then this is just a little bit more detail about those types of improvements within each of those broad buckets. But most of what we're doing in low and moderate income areas is energy efficiency, helping with weatherization, putting in high efficiency air conditioners. Those alone will help you reduce your energy use by 20-25%. And then once you've reduced your energy use, then we'll size a solar system to that reduced demand. So we don't just provide financing, we also provide building science expertise and really try and help guide a person through this process so they're doing it cost effectively and wisely. And then, our key in terms of what we're doing is financial inclusion, but we also have a broad array of what I would just kind of describe as project management. We're also pre-screening all the contractors to make sure that they have proper licenses and insurance. We're checking pricing to make sure that our clients are not being gouged by unscrupulous contractors. And then we're basically helping them through this entire process, and then once the project's done and the local building official signs off on it, then we will stroke a check directly to the contractor at the end of the project. And then one of the things that we are trying to accomplish is what we broadly describe as triple bottom line impacts. The impacts of our work are benefiting health and social related issues. It's helping obviously with the environment. And then a big piece, and this is something that's really important as we sell the clean energy economy, is the economic benefits. Not just to the homeowner, but also the economic development opportunities herein. When I hear